How's it? Welcome back. Episode 13. Ooh. You'll notice I'm standing on top of a plinth here. And don't you think the word plinth is such a cool word? Plinth. Say it with me. Plinth. Anyway. Yeah, I'm building these columns over here because I want to create these massive archways. I really like this design over here, which I'll replicate on the top. Then I want to have a conduit that goes all the way across to, let me show you. See this corner of the village here under the tree, the market under the tree here. And it goes all the way up there. And I want to continue it all along here till some point over here. I don't know what we'll put here, but it will be cool. Look how nice that looks with the bone. Okay, so then that creates this this wall here that separates the factory area, the industrial area from the village, and then I'll backfill all the top to bring it right next to the conduit over here, and then put some more trees and make it all natural. Maybe even put the bees up here. That's a good idea. Okay, so I think that'll look pretty cool once it's all done. And then maybe we'll put a glass dome or something, just to keep the bees. Because while I've been AFK, I think there's only one left still. I don't know. Anyway, back to here. I have made a slight change since last time. I've moved the chests around to this side because this is where I'm going to put the furnace array. I built a 16-1 and, for a single player, it was too much. I really like this idea of a set and forget, like the way this operates, which I explained last time. I'm going to do the same here. Now, most furnace arrays start off with the assumption that they're all empty. Then you have to have a minecart that puts the fuel in, and then a minecart that puts all the objects to be cooked or smelted in. But I will still use a minecart to put the items in because we want them done evenly and quickly. But for the fuel, I'm just going to keep it primed. It's going to take a long time, but this one's full, just about, of kelp blocks. All the hoppers back here are always kept full, by the system. And as long as this thing keeps putting out kelp blocks like it is, like a maniac, we'll just come in here, go here, make the kelp blocks. Everywhere there's a barrel, that means fuel in. So then we fill that up. Boop. And then whatever we have excess, we can, put in this box, and it'll keep this thing full. So we, minding our own business, we getting our sand, we want some glass, we come over here and we either put it into a chest or into a shulker box loader, and we'll let the minecart do its thing, and we'll go off and do our thing, and then this thing will spit it out to the top of the conduit there, take it all the way across, and we will take over this corner here, and this will be the place where it gets delivered via the conduit. So a lot to imagine, but I think I know what I'm doing. So anyway, it's a nice way of saying that the why I was standing on the plinth in the first place, that the purpose of the plinths is to anchor the arches so that we can carry the conduit into the air above, thus creating a facade for the factory. I put way too much thought into that. But anyway, so yeah, we'll just carry on with that. But actually, before we do these plinths, as lovely as they are, I can't do it half, can I? Let's work on this. So the first thing we have to do is put hoppers into the top. Okay, and get some powered rails. Okay, now I've just got a few things to work out, like where the shulker box is going to go, how the minecart's going to go up and down. Do we have to move this further back, to give space for the loader? I don't know if I've given myself any space here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to move it back, maybe even as much as 4 blocks. So I'll do that, and when I've got the minecart going up and down, I'll come back. Right, see you in a bit. Yeah, man, that looks really cool. Check it. with a cap at the top, see, and also the glowstone. Not much of an arch though, but you know it looks even better when there's a few of them. Man, doesn't that look grand? I mean, grand is a good word here. I like to use the right word. Man, they look so cool. So when the conduit is above there, we're going to get everything from the smelter, which I'll show you in a second. I've just got to figure out what to do. I think I've got a good idea as it turns the corner here. I've long been looking for a place for to have a long-term storage, a deep storage place. And maybe we can put it here somewhere. I've had to turn the creeper farm off because I filled 8 shulker boxes of gunpowder, and you know, I've got better things to do with my shulker boxes, so for now that's turned off. So anyway, back to this. But man, doesn't that look cool? Hey. Anyway, so yeah, not much has changed. I put some lighting in there, obviously, and the furnace array I did have to move back quite far, but here it is. At the moment the output is here to this chest, but that's pretty easy to get up here, you know, with the water column and water streams and that. There we go, we just got to get it up there. Cool. And that can be done very easily, you know, with dispensers and droppers and all that kind of thing. But look how cool this is. I've put this bridge over here as well. You can go underneath, you know, when you switch it onto keep XP mode, you know, you can come in here and manually empty the furnaces. And a little workbench, that was only a coincidence that switched the sound. But anyway, so yeah, as before, the kelp gets processed over here and put into these boxes. Okay, you make the blocks, pay your respects to the machine, fill that up, and excess goes in that barrel. Alright? And so far, while I've been working on this, it's been filling all of these up. Look, I have got so much kelp, it's pretty crazy. So it's up to there now, so I need 3 more stacks there and 10 more, so 13 more stacks or so, and this thing's full. So I'm very pleased with it. Also, oh, sorry about that. I really like this little section over here. It's what's powering this section of the line, you know, keeping all these powered rails going. It's just I had a powered redstone lamp there before, but I just like that. It's just a bit better, a bit more. And that sends power up and down. So this is the point I wanted to bring you, because remember I said I wanted a shulker box loader. Well, I've got a few options here. We can just fill this chest directly when it's you know, this amount or less, and then press the button. I could, you know, if I put a shulker box on top of here, obviously that'll drain into there. I've got this shulker box of sand here that we're going to work on. But I reckon anything that's if I'm never really going to come here, put a shulker box there, and then go and have to wait for it to drain, and then come and press the button. I could put in a system that tells it when that's full to go off and start its journey. But then that's just going to take up a lot of airspace over here, and I don't want to change it, man. I love how it looks right now, I really do. And these end rods is lighting. There was just a happy skip there. Oh man, I think it looks rad. Anyway, so I'm never really going to put a shulker box here and wait, but I might come here and put something in this chest and that chest. If I've say got, must be careful not to do that. You know, I'm not going to have that much stuff to smelt at any one time. So even if we've got this whole shulker box full, we can quite quickly just load it up here. Cool, and then boom, press the button and off we go, and then, you know, however long later, you know, it'll go off and into our storage unit, which will be down there. But just to demonstrate, it's going to take a long time to clear all of that, obviously, because it's only 8 at a time. So I'll just put these back for now. Ooh. By the way, I figured out if you want to use these furnace, because a kelp block smelts or cooks 20 of any item, and there's 64, so it'll cook, one kelp block will cook, if you put a stack in here, I mean, and put one kelp block here, it'll cook 20 items. So if you put 3 kelp blocks, that's 60, and there's always that remainder of 4. So if you don't want, sometimes that can make you waste kelp blocks, but just as a tip, if you ever want to make sure you don't waste kelp blocks, if that's important to you, just use the rule that make it a multiple of 5. So if you put 5 stacks in, you won't waste any fuel. But just for this demonstration here, I'll put in 16 items so that it goes, actually I'll put in 32 so that it goes up and down twice and then stops, and I'll show you how this bit works here. Okay, so we'll put in half a stack, right, and press the go button. Okay, and it should stop after this next bit. There we go. Cool. And oops, each of those would have had 4. And then at the moment, like I said earlier, at the moment everything's just popping into there. Cool. Okay, so there's all our glass, nice and easy. Okay. So instead of having just this one chest over here, I'm going to make that a double chest. Because like I said before, I'm not ever going to use the shulker box thing. It's just not practical there. And I like having this space open so that I can do the crafting here and access the chest. Whoop, there. Alright, so that's the demonstration. I'm actually going to get all this glass going. There we go, bud. You carry on. Okay, now what I want to do is to go and work on that gold farm, and like most things in Minecraft, it starts with a piece of bone meal. And with that bone meal, we get some seagrass, and with that seagrass you totally find a random shipwreck filled with turtles and you let them have happy fun times, and then we just wait for our eggs. There we go. Thank you. Oh, they make such a horrendous noise. Oh, sorry dude, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Yo, can we have some more eggs? Nice, 26. Oh, and any more? Oh, okay, we'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Ah, just one. Okay, 27. Let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so we got some glass and a turtle egg, lots of concrete. Let's go to the nether and start building our gold farm. Actually, I'm gonna go via the end because as I was saying, because I want to have the entrance to this portal somewhere over here. So all I need is the coordinates for this general area over here. And we're going to build the portal to the roof of the nether somewhere above here. So let's just take a quick snapshot. well, get the coordinates first. Take a quick snapshot. And those coordinates translated into the nether, which is obviously divided by 8, brings us round about here. And I've been using some of my happy fun blocks to... What's the worst that can happen, right? Let's... oh, I hear lava. That was alright. Okay, so according to the video I watched, we need to find somewhere where we look at the underside of a Y level 127 and have a block that we can stand on to ender pearl. Okay, so I'm going to try and find that, just such a block, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I've found just the spot. Check this out. Oh. Okay, see this block over there, that bedrock there? It's looking at block -621 127 94. Then I'm a little nervous. Put your ladder there, and then ender pearl, and then jump. Let's go. Oh, what happened? Hey, made it. Oh, I love it up here. It's so peaceful. Okay, now to build the portal. First I want to mark the block that I came through, and it's that one. Now, obsidian. Okay, bear with me. This is going to be a bit of a weird one, but I'm going to build it about here. Now, I don't know how clear that is to make out just yet. Let me know if you work it out. It's light, it might be easier. Now that looks cool. Time for a screenshot, I think, for the thumbnail. Oh yeah. How should I do it? Let's get some distance. Okay, now I've just put some trapdoors at the top there. I don't like the way it looks, but we'll obviously replace that with carpets. And we're running out of time for this episode, but I'm going to put at least one layer of this pigman farm in, just so that you get an idea of what I'm thinking. I've done something before, and the problem I had was that they were all congregating to one central point, and there was just backlogs and wasted entities, and it was bad. So what I want to do now is just look at all the space we've got here. Let's just use it. Okay, so we'll put 2 chests over here for now, and we're going to need a lot of hoppers. I've got the number 13 in my head. Let's use 13 for now. And then we put some carpets on top of those. And now I want to build a glass wall on either side of this row that is 25 blocks above this carpet. So, good thing we've got lots of it. Yo, that's high. So that's 25 up, and I've just realized we've got to put trapdoors here. Then there needs to be a gap, and then the trapdoor, and then this glass. So this whole wall's got to go. Oh well. Let's get it done, eh? Okay, because the pigmen need to fall down, they've got a 2 wide space to fall into, we'll make another one of these, just mirror image. Okay, so starting with which way are they facing? That way. Okay. Whew, okay, there's that done. Now some trapdoors all along the edge here. Okay, all the way done. We've got almost everything except for those two carpets down there, but we have to get carpets to replace that anyway, so that's not a problem. So I'm not following a tutorial or anything, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. I reckon if we put, I'm going to try it out by putting an egg every second block here. Ooh, I nearly walked off. That was close. Right, and then we get some concrete for them to spawn on, but actually I think the concrete layer is going to go here. But what I think we should do is put the roof in first, because if we're down there laying all this concrete, we're definitely going to get ghasts. So I'll fill that in quickly, and then we'll put the concrete in after. Nice, roof done. Looks a little narrow, doesn't it? I wonder how this is going to work. We might want to expand it more along this way. Okay. Let's put the floor in. Okay, that's the floor done. So the distance from the turtle eggs to the back there is 25 blocks. I think that's correct. Now we just got to test it. Okay, so after our standard half-hour little AFK session, let's see what goodies we got. Okay, a little bit in there. So obviously because of the momentum, they are going to be mostly going along this side. Hey, that's not too bad, eh? I think if I expand this platform a little bit that way and then make another one on this side, we can effectively quadruple that for half an hour. That'll be plenty, man. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Alright, now it's time to see where this portal leads. Hopefully to the, I'm sure it's got to lead to the overworld. And I'm not exactly sure if it's going to create a new one or if it's going to link to the old one, but only one way to find out. Let's hop on in. Where am I? Oh, hang on, there's a witch hut. My base, let's just see. I think is there. Yes, okay, cool. Okay, there's the other one. There's the new one. There. Alright, I was hoping to have it here somewhere, but you know, we can make this work. I like the elevation, and we'll just clear some of this forest. I'm thinking of making some sort of volcano, maybe with slime or something. Hey, won't you think that'll look cool? With this as on the pinnacle, and let's just make sure we get back to the roof of the nether from here. Excellent, nice one. Look how cool that looks. And through the magic of editing, I've went back and put some carpets in there on the top, and put the second wing in and extended it by 8 more blocks that way. I've also shortened 2 of the things there. Let me quickly show you what it looks like from the AFK spot. See, what I found when I was up at the AFK spot was that at the very end of here, I've got to be careful not to fall down here onto the eggs. There must be this gap here, by the way. Otherwise, they just stand. I don't think they can jump onto it. But anyway, I said there was a gap of 25 from the egg to there. I found at sometimes the pigmen that spawned on the very end were just standing still. So I deleted 2 rows from here, 2 rows from there, so it's 23. And way up there is the AFK spot. It's a bit tricky to land on, so bear with me. There we go, made a little runway here, so it's easier. And I don't know if you can make it out, but they are swarming down there. Just wait for another batch to pop in and we'll go and look. There we go, oh look. Bye! Nice. Cool. Okay, I think that's a good place to end. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.